so much for joining me for another episode of 10 Minute Tuesday. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Today's episode, I got a rare TSU alum in the building on the pod, man. Antione Searcy, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Appreciate you taking time out to be on, man. I really appreciate you. So we've done a number of these, man. So Antione, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so hello everyone. And again, Sekou, thanks for having me on. My name is Antione Searcy. I'm a senior IT specialist in the Washington, D.C. area. In addition, I'm also a PhD student in cybersecurity, and I'm also an adjunct professor at a local university in the D.C. area.
Love it, man. So doing a number of things, you're working, you're in school, you're teaching, so you got your hands on a lot of things, but you had to get your start at a certain point. So thinking about that, what really made you compelled to get into IT to begin with?
Yeah, great question. So I would definitely take it back to Tennessee State. So I was in a class with Dr. CFK, and he was one of the major professors on the IT side. And he was so innovative, forward thinking, and he was telling us about cybersecurity was coming next. He was telling us about networking. I had no idea what he was talking about, but I started to listen, and he had this, it was called Lab Sim. It was an online simulation. And I was just curious. I wanted to see what was going on, what was forthcoming, and how I could get my feet wet. So I just started diving into that, honestly. And my curiosity just led me down the road of eventually landed my gig before I graduated my senior year as a IT specialist with the lottery as a computer operator. So really just my curiosity.
Love that, love that, and shout out to Doc, man. He was awesome, man. He's super cool, man.
Yes.
I need to get him on the podcast too.
Yeah,
uh,
really, really, really. He's a great guy. He's a great
yeah,
guy.
yeah, he's super cool, super cool. All right, so thinking about your job history, I love that the context of this one is like, when I was 16, I sold popcorn in the movie theater and I hated it, or when I was 18, I was a construction worker, right? So thinking about that, what's been your least favorite job to date, and what did you dislike about it?
Yeah, so I'm going to stick in Nashville at TSU. So I was a computer lab specialist in the humanities lab. And during that time, it was when Facebook was first introduced. So everyone that had Facebook, yeah, I'm taking it back, man. You needed a .edu address to access Facebook. So the whole computer lab, everyone, they were on Facebook. My job was to sign people in, and if you needed anything as far as like printing or whatever the case may be, I was there. But one stipulation, no Facebook. Man, my life was crazy. And then at that time, we only had the trios. Remember the huge
Yeah,
trios and the
yeah,
sidekicks?
yeah.
So I couldn't sneak and check it. So that was my least favorite role, man, because I wanted to network. I
Yeah, yeah,
wanted
right. Network.
yeah, I wanted to network and I wasn't able to, but that was my least favorite job to date. But yeah, I was still able to learn about IT. So that was, I always take something out of any situation that I would deem my least favorite. So I was still able to operate computers.
Love that. Love that. Awesome, man. That's awesome. So there's a concept philosophy I live by. It's called failing forward, right? So every single thing that you do, you don't fail. You just learn from it. So with that context in mind, what would you consider your biggest failure in your career, and what did you learn from that experience?
So I don't consider any anything in my career as a biggest failure. However, what I do is I try to make sure that similar to what you just said, everything that you go through in life is a lesson, is a teacher. So whatever the situation is, I try to make sure I can find light in the darkness. So I don't look at failure as anything that is possible for me to overcome, but what I can say that what I've learned that is successes, however you want to define that, it's usually on the other sides of your fear. So once you break down that brick wall, it might take you X amount of years to do it. Once you break down that brick wall, then you might start to see successes, however you define them. So that's how I look at it as it pertains to failure.
Love it, love it. And yeah, there has to be light in the middle of it all, right? You can't just be
Yeah,
all just darkness. You got to find the good in every single moment, because otherwise you'll drive yourself crazy out here.
right, right.
Because
You got to
it's
see,
insane.
man.
All right. So thinking about this, and you're one of the unique ones where you're in IT, so not so much data. So I would love to hear your perspective on this. So thinking about it from an IT computer standpoint, what's one lesson your job has taught you that you think everyone should learn at some point?
Yeah, great question. So cybersecurity, and one thing that my job has taught me that everyone should understand is that as it pertains to your personal data, your personal information, for the most part, it's not if you're going to have your data compromised, it's when, so that's one thing that I've learned. And my professor, who was my advisor, he told me that early on. I'm like, man, what is this guy talking about? But if you think about it, it kind of gets your mind spinning. It's just like, you know what? I need to protect my data as much as possible. I need to learn what an access control is. Simple thing, your cell phone, a pen. I need to understand that I need to keep my information safe and secure because there's a high possibility that my information will get compromised. And if it does, then let's just say I already had a preventative measure because I was already ready for something to possibly happen.
Of that, and a great reminder for me to get some stuff in line. So appreciate that reminder that
Yeah,
you're
no
right,
problem.
right? I mean, like we're a lot of us, especially now with AI and everything going on, we're so open to threats and stuff that happen. So, definitely a great reminder for me.
No
All
problem.
right, target audience for this. I like to say people who are starting their career or moving over into data or anything in general. Like for this example, IT. So
Mhm.
with that in mind, what's one piece of advice you give someone who's just starting out in their career?
So another great question. I would definitely say to anyone that's trying to break into the IT field, whether it be data, AI, cybersecurity, whatever the case may be, try to find someone that you can use as a mentor or someone that you can contact and ask them about what did they go through in order to get to where they are, and use that as a guide or a blueprint to figure out how you can take what they learned, their life lessons, apply it to what you have going on and tweak it. So you definitely want to study. You want to study, you want to find a mentor, and then just start looking at what the requirements are at an entry level position. And one thing that I tell people that are getting to the IT field is that when you go to apply for a job, there might be 1 in 10 requirements. You're not required to know all 10. So if you only know 2 out of the 10, make sure you can speak to those experiences and make sure you can back it up. And that's the biggest thing that I tell people. Ask for help. Majority of people like myself and yourself, man, we love to talk about ourselves, but more importantly, we want to make sure that the next generation, that they can come into the field, they can flourish, and it's almost like the pendulum. It just keeps swinging. You can help someone else out. And then that's just like the evolution of life, how I look at it. Help someone else out and keep it going. But not to make that too personal, but yeah, help people out and ask if you want to get into the IT field.
Love that. Love that advice of connecting and finding a mentor. Find someone who's done it, right? I think in this day and age, we're lucky we're millennials, so we're that bridge where we had to talk to people, but then, IT, computers and stuff, we can find stuff. And I feel like now, like, and I want to ask this as a teacher perspective, do
Mhm.
you find that students are still coming to teachers and asking for like kind of advice, or do you see a lot of people kind of doing it, chat GPT or AI told me to do it this way, so I'm gonna try and figure out this path alone and isolated?
Yeah. So I definitely, in my position, I've had a lot of students come to me, hey, professor. And that's funny too, because I'm like, professor, I'm like, who are you talking to? Oh, you're talking to me. So they're like, hey, professor, can you help me out? I'm trying to get into the cybersecurity field, or I'm trying to be a network engineer. And so I'm like, yes, I'm more than willing to help them out. And they have shown the willingness and the ability to put themselves first and just get out there. And that's something that I encourage, and not just my students, but just people that I talk to as well. It's like, hey, if you want to do something, if you have a goal, no one's going to do it for you. You have to do the work. So that's definitely important.
Love that. Love that. Appreciate that answer. And yeah, like professor, I keep forgetting you're a professor too. Like it's wild. All
Doctor
right.
in a few years, man. I
Yeah,
mean, in a
yeah.
few
You got
months,
you got a few months, right?
man.
May.
May or December
Okay.
26,
Okay. But
26.
26, we there. We're right
Yeah.
around the corner. We're gonna get it. All
Yeah.
right. Tell me about the most influential people in your life and how they made an impact on you.
Gotcha. So definitely my mom, rest in peace to my mom. So she was definitely impactful in the way that I carry myself as an individual and the way that I treat people. And those stuff, it can sound so elementary and so general, but once you get into the position like you and I, you're like, hey, I'm at these meetings with these people. They don't have the common decency to talk to someone, to talk the problem out. So my mom was helpful in doing that. She put me in things like Toastmasters. She tricked me into going to Toastmasters. I thought I was getting like a Pop-Tart or something like that. I was like, yeah, I'm about to give me some food. But it was a Toastmasters meeting, but it was definitely things like that sending me to the Million Man March. So she helped pave that road for me and to understand that everyone should be looked at the same, regardless of how they look, their color, their genre. And also my brothers and sisters, they've always been there for me. And I'm one of the younger ones. So I was blessed to see their successes and what they deemed their failures. And I didn't take the road that they took. Because they're like, if I didn't do this, why are you going to do that? You already got to see from a first perspective. So I'm just well rounded from everyone that has been around me. And I tell people that I'm like, hey, if you like me, you're gonna love my family because I'm just a better image of them or a mirror image of the people that have helped me throughout my life.
Love it, man. Shout out to moms, Duke. Rest in peace to moms. Shout out to
Yes,
the
sir.
siblings, man. You gotta have a village around you, man. So it's so necessary. And you are a chill dude. You've been chill since undergrad, so it's crazy full circle. I haven't talked to you probably like 9, 10 years. So it's crazy to catch up on the
Yeah.
podcast and hear the journey. But man, super proud of you and everything, man. You're doing great stuff out here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You too as well. I
Yeah,
love this, man.
yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, Antoine, where can listeners find you at online?
Gotcha. So definitely on my LinkedIn page, listeners can find me. Also, I will be launching a podcast. If not late summer, it'll be early fall in the DC area, just connecting DC people that are prominent in the IT field, the tech field, and just in general. Also, I'm working with two excellent nonprofits. The first one is the Co-House, and they're a nonprofit and they empower Black and Brown students with hands-on coding, tech, education, and career paths, and that's the co-house. I'm working with them on boot camps. You can find me there. And then finally, the last one is the Collegiate Black Male Network. And for them, they specialize in helping Black men in the inner city and just helping them be better individuals, training and getting into school. So you definitely could find me with those two nonprofits. So it's just trying to keep blessing other people.
Love it, love it. So, professor, doctor,
Yes.
cyber, nonprofit, board member, executive, doing all the great things, man. Antoine, killing it out here. So, appreciate you taking the time out today, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise. And as I said in the beginning, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Y'all have a great day.